Dr. Srinivasa Acharya Bellamkonda, who is the founder of Gauranga Vedanta Arts and Life Academy, Gwala. He conducts Rasopaasanaa classes at Gwala, which is located near Chilkur Balaji Temple in Hyderabad. He has his own ashram there. There he conducts Rasopaasanaa classes. Today he is going to talk about Rasikopaasanaa, the Upasana of Rasika Guru in Rasopaasanaa. The Upasana of Guru is interesting. Rasika Guru is an interesting concept, and that is called Upasana of Rasika Guru is called Rasopaasanaa. Even that is even more interesting. I will introduce Dr. Srinivasa Acharya Bellamkonda now. He is a distinguished teacher of Rasopaasanaa, pursued his graduation in civil engineering and completed his master's degree in theatre arts. His spiritual quest took him to Vrindavan, which motivated him to take up the topic of Bhakti Rasa as a topic of his PhD thesis. In this pursuit, he studied the basics of various schools of traditional Indian philosophies, such as Purva Mimamsa, Advaita Vedanta, Vishishtadvaita Vedanta, Dvaita Vedanta, and Gaudiya Vaishnava Vedanta. His academic journey culminated in a PhD in theatre arts from Hyderabad Central University, where his dissertation explored the presentation of self and self-fulfillment in drama, natya, and leela. Based on his vast study of natya shastra, Bhakti Vedanta, and the poetic literature of the Rasik saints of Vrindavan, and even modern psychology. Just a minute, I have to check. Srinivas Garu, you seem, please keep your mic under mute so that I can continue without echo. We are getting echo because probably you have, okay. So based on his vast study of Natya Shastra, Bhakti and Vedanta, and the poetic literature of the Rasik saints of Vrindavan and even modern psychology, Dr. Srinivasa Acharya developed a unique method of sadhana called Rasopaasanaa. For the past 15 years, he has been conducting workshops and classes in Rasopaasanaa, online and offline, to both Indian and international seekers. He also disseminates the knowledge of Rasopaasanaa in the form of systematic lessons through his YouTube channel, Srinivasa Acharya Bellamkonda at Acharya. With an aim to spread Rasopaasanaa across the world, he also started training teachers. Srinivasa Acharya is also a dedicated philanthropist, serving as the founder trustee of a public charitable trust by name Gauranga Vedanta Arts and Life Academy. Through this charitable trust, he has championed self-empowerment classes, workshops, and Rasopaasanaa advocacy. His commitment extends to social causes, notably cow conservation, fostering community engagement. Now, I request Dr. Srinivasa Acharya Bellamkonda to present his paper on Rasika Guru, Rasikopaasanaa, the Upasana of Rasika Guru in Rasopaasanaa.
Shri Gurave Namaha. Yasyat kadapi vasananchal khelanotha dhanyati dhanya pavanena kritarthamani Yogindra durgamagatim madhusudanopi Tasya namostu vrishabhanubhuvo dishepi. Guru Govind jo khade taake lagu paaye Balihari Guru aapne Govind diyo बताए Govind diyo bata. आय जयति गुरुवर. Nagaraj Gaur, I am not able to see my face.
We are able to see you. We are able to see you. The audience are able to see you.
Okay, okay. Okay, then.
There should be some issue with the system on your side. Maybe you can change your frame a little so that your hair part is cut in the frame. Now it is better. Yeah.
Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Giridhar, Go Pranana Pyare. Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Giridhar, Go Pranana Pyare. Go Pranana Pyare. Mere Guruvar, Mere Giridhar, Mere Pranana Pyare. Mere Guruvar, Mere Giridhar, Mere Pranan Pyare. Mere Pranan Pyare. Mere Guruvar Pyare, Mere Giridhar Pyare. Joy Guruvar Pyare, Soy Giridhar Pyare. Mere Guruvar Pyare, Mere Giridhar Pyare. Bhaja Guruvar Pyare, Bhaja Giridhar Pyare. Jaha Guruvar Pyare, Taha Giridhar Pyare. Guruvar Pyare, Giridhar Pyare. Guruvar Pyare, Giridhar Pyare. Mere Guruvar Pyare, Mere Giridhar Pyare. I just try to give a jhanki of the Upaasanaa of a Rasik Guru that is done in Vrindavan. Let me first explain to you what is the understanding of Ras, so that we can understand what is Rasopaasanaa and who is a Rasik Guru and what is Rasikopaasanaa. Most of you might know that the whole Bhakti theology is pinned around the word of Ras, the concept of Ras in Gaudiya Vaishnava Vedanta, taking from this mantra from Taittiriya Upanishad that the absolute is Anando Brahmeti Vijanat. Anandacheva Khalvimani Bhutani Jayante, Anandena Jatani Jivanti, Anandam Prayanta Visham Vishanti. And then the next mantra says, Raso Vaisaha Rasatvam hi Evayam Labdhvanandi Bhavati. Means the absolute is Rasa. And he is also described as Ananda. So what is the connection between Ananda and Rasa? So the Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya says that Ananda is the experience of the pleasure potency that the absolute has, which is love, prema. So he has prema as his Akhladini Shakti, which he relishes. And this experience is called as rasa. And this is Anandamaya, which means that the absolute taking from Bhagavata, where it is says, Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam, the absolute is Sri Krishna, who lives in his abode, Vrindavan or Golokdham, with his parikaras. And this Sri Krishna is experiencing rasa there. So he has love for his parikaras, and his parikaras has love for him. And both relish love for each other and experience rasa. And Sri Krishna has unlimited manifestations in the form of Lord Rama, Vamana, Nrsimhadev, and many others. And all of them have parikaras and their own abodes, in which he also relishes love with his parikaras. And among all these manifestations of Sri Krishna's form is considered to be the highest because he relishes the highest kind of rasa there. His forms are divided into Paramaishwarya Pradhana and Madhurya Pradhana, which means that his manifestations have opulence in him as a quality, and also has Madhurya. Opulence is Aishwarya, and Madhurya is that you can have a close relationship with Krishna. So there are various kinds of rasas experienced by parikaras in the form of considering him as his master, which is Dasya Rasa, and him as his friend, which is Sakhya Rasa, and then him as his son, which is Vatsalya Rasa, and then a beloved conjugal partner, which is Madhura Rasa. And I don't want to go deep into that because we have to understand what is a guru, the significance of a guru here. Based on the intensity of the love which is possible, the experience of that love that is possible, the rasa of a conjugal partner is considered at the highest. And even in that of a parakiya, gopi who is not married to Krishna, is considered even higher because of the viraha that she experiences for Krishna because of not owning him as her husband. And then even this gopi ras bhav is only a part, only a bindu of what Radhika experiences for Krishna, because Radharani is the Akhladini Shakti of Sri Krishna. She is the pleasure potency, the love potency itself. So for a jiva, instead of taking that boon of love from Radharani, the jiva, if he considers himself or herself as a Sakhi of Radharani and participates in the conjugal pastimes of Radha and Krishna, then the bliss that she experiences as a Sakhi is of the same quality of Radharani. So this bhav is called as Sakhi bhav or Sahachari bhav or Manjari bhava in various traditions of Vrindavan. And so the Rasik saints of Vrindavan consider this Upasana of trying to cultivate the bhav of a Sakhi in the conjugal pastimes of Vrindavan. Within Vrindavan, there is a abode called Nikunj where these pastimes takes place, where only Radha, Krishna and the Sakhis exist, and only conjugal pastimes, which is the highest ras, where the highest ras is possible, take place, and the Sakhi participates, organizes all these pastimes and relishes the love of Radha and Krishna. This is also called as Jugalopaasanaa. So now, this is called as Rasopaasanaa because in this Upasana, you are not treating either Radha or Krishna as Sarveshwara or Sarveshwari, not seeing them as them in terms of the opulence. You are seeing them as lovers who are experiencing the love for each other. So let me take up some kirtans which are written by the Rasik Acharyas, how they address Sri Krishna. Rasikan ko sir more piya Rasikan ko sir more piya. So here Priya means Sri Krishna, my beloved, and he's the topmost of Rasika because he's always engaged in the ras which is showered on him by the Radharani. And Radharani also is described as Hamari Radhe Rani Ras ki khani Hamari Radhe Rani Ras ki khani. So Radharani is seen as the source of rasa, and she is the one who showers this rasa on Sri Krishna, and then which Sri Krishna possesses, and then showers it on others in the Vrindavan. Shri Radhe Barsane Vare Nand Nandan Sukh Ghan Banware. Shri Radhe Barsane Vare Nand Nandan Sukh Ghan Banware. So Nandanandan is Sukhaghana, means Ananda Brahmeti Vijanat, Ananda. And he is getting that Ananda because Radharani, Sri Radhe Barsane Vare, she is showering that love on Sri Krishna, which he is relishing, and then he is becoming the Sukhaghana. And he is becoming the ras for the others, Raso Vaisaha, which is described in the Veda. He is becoming that ras because he is, in the first place, receiving it from Radharani. Shruti ka ras swarup banware Rasik banaye din tin pyare. Shruti is saying that Sri Krishna is ras swarup and Radharani is making him a rasik. If Sri Krishna is ras swarup, means he is giving showering ras on all the living entities in this material world by his mercy. But he is a Rasik in Vrindavan, which means that he is first of all receiving that ras from the Radharani. So to do Upasana in Vrindavan, imagining Sri Krishna and Radharani as Rasika Shiromani, as a Ras Swarup, is called as a Rasopaasanaa. Even Vrindavan is imagined as the Dham Vrindavan on whom the devotees merited is explained in terms of ras only. Vrindavani barse yugal rasa Vrindavani barse Yugal rasa Gaur rasa Sham rasa Gaur rasa Sham rasa Vrindavani barse Yugal rasa. So a Rasik will see even the Dham in terms of ras. In Vrindavan, there is constantly ras is, raining. What ras? Yugal ras. And this ras is Gaur ras and Sham ras. Gaur is the color of Radharani. She is called as Taptakanchana Gaurangi. She has the color of molten gold because she is the Shakti. As love, she is the Shakti. She is imagined to be having the color of a fire, which is, yellowish in nature. And Sri Krishna is Shamras because Sri Krishna is Vibhu Chaitanya, and anything which is Vibhu appears to be blue in color. So he is Shamras. She is Gaur Ras. In Vrindavan, this Ras is. So the devotees of Vrindavan who do Rasopaasanaa like this are called as Rasiks. And the Acharyas who impart this knowledge are called as Rasikacharyas and Rasik Ananya. In Swami Haridas Sampradaya, they are called as Rasik Ananya because they only want Ras. They give primacy to Ras even to the Bhagavan. They take the example from Bhagavata Purana, where when Uddhava comes to Vrindavan, when Sri Krishna sends Uddhava to Vrindavan to give some knowledge to the gopis because they are experiencing viraha as Sri Krishna's not available to them. And then Uddhava proposes to them to come to Mathura. But then the gopis say that we don't like to go to Mathura because he's in totally different Swarupa. Here, we can curse Sri Krishna. We can call Sri Krishna as Tarike, or we can call him as Chaur Jar Shiromani. But there you have to follow a lot of etiquette, and this is not our ras. We want to have that Madhurya ras with him, Madhura ras with him, and which is possible only in Vrindavan. So, we will stay in Vrindavan without him. If he wants our association, he should come here. We will not come to Vrindavan. So there is Nishtha in Ras in the gopis. So the same way, the Rasik devotees of Vrindavan also want only that Ras. Even though technically the Shantarasa, Dasarasa, Sakhyarasa, Vatsalyarasa are also called as Rasas because there is a relish of love in them. But the Rasik Ananya devotees call this rasa of Jugal, which is possible in the Jugalopasana, where you are a Sakhi and experiencing this exclusive Shringar rasa in Nikunj of Radha and Krishna. This is actually rasa. In relation to this ras, all others are considered to be to some level of, niras. So then when they call as Ananya, Rasik Ananya, this Rasik devotees of Vrindavan, Ananya Nishtha in Ras and Ananya Nishtha in this Madhura Ras and Ananya Nishtha in this Jugal Ras. So they don't even want to be like gopis who take some, a bit of a bindu of love from Radharani and then go to Sri Krishna directly. They want Radha and Krishna to perform their conjugal leelas, because if you want to, as a devotee, the devotee wants, because he has love for Sri Krishna, he wants to give highest pleasure to Sri Krishna. And when is it possible to give highest pleasure to Sri Krishna? Because there is somebody who's there, the ocean of love, the source of love, Radharani, which gives this higher pleasure to Sri Krishna. So instead of taking this boon from Sri Krishna, Radharani, and going to Sri Krishna as a gopi, they want to unite Radha and Krishna. And then when they are relishing that conjugal pastimes, they want to relish that rasa also. Now let us come to this. Now how do we attain this? As sadhaks living in this material world, what is the significance of a guru in this? You see, the love, Sri Krishna, Prema, Atma, and Ras, they are all Divya Vastu, and we are all Prakrita entities. The sadhana we do with our mind, and our mind is Prakrita. And this Prakrita mind can only perceive or do sadhana to attain things which belong to this Prakrita world. It can never attain something which is in the spiritual world. And the spiritual entities are Siddha Vastu. They are not produced by something. They are eternal Vastus. So a Siddha Vastu can never be attained by any of your sadhana. With sadhana, you can only attain by sadhya. You can attain only sadhya Vastu. For example, with mrit or sand, you can make a pot. The pot is sadhya, and sadhana with which you do in order to make this pot is called as sadhana. But a Siddha Vastu can never be attained by sadhana. It has to be given to you by somebody who has attained it. So this is where the Guru comes, Rasik Guru comes. And Sri Krishna is not going to give it to you because Sri Krishna as a Rasik, as a Ras Swarupa, he will only associate with somebody who has Ras, as a relisher of Ras. So Sri Krishna is not going to come to you. So there is somebody who is going to come to you on behalf of Sri Krishna to give you this Ras. And this Guru is called as a Rasik Guru. He has to be a Rasik Guru. He has to be the one who is relishing that Rasa. And in fact, he has to be the one who is actually participating in the Leela as a Parikara. If he himself, the Guru himself doesn't experience Ras and he is not a Parikara of Sri Krishna, he can never give you Rasa. So, in contemporary world, you see that in these Rasik traditions, there are many Gurus who have studied some Shastra, who have practiced some sadhana, but not yet attained the Sri Krishna or the Jugal Ras. So they can never give you this Ras. So the Rasik Acharyas or the real Ananya Rasik say that you should take the shelter of a Rasik Guru who have a Ras in the spiritual world as a Parikara and who takes an avatara here in order to give you a sadhana paddhati by which you can attain the Ras with Sri Krishna. So all these Acharyas who came in the 16th century, Swami Haridas is considered to be an avatar of Lalita Sakhi. Hit Harivansh Mahaprabhu is considered to be an avatar of Sri Krishna's flute, and he's also considered as a Hit Sakhi. And Rupa Goswami and all others from the Gaudiya Sampradaya are considered as Manjaris, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, like that. And you can also take shelter of a devotee from here who has got the mercy of a Rasik devotee and who has attained Ras, who has done sadhana and who has attained Ras. So that is why we do we do the Upasana of a Rasik Guru also in this. Basically, Upasana is done in order. Upasana means to sit near your deity. So you want, by your trying to sit near your deity and do meditation in order to connect with him. When you connect with him, automatically all the qualities that he has, you will get it. Just as the ray of a sun, the example that is given is the ray of a sun, because it is connected to the sun, it has both heat and light of the sun. So when you get connected to Sri Krishna or when you get connected to a Rasik saint, automatically the love and then Ananda which they have, you also get it. So the Upasana of a Rasik Guru also becomes significant. In fact, the Upasana of a Rasik Guru is considered to be more important than the Upasana of a Sri Krishna himself. And Sri Krishna, as I told you, that he is going to come on to you only after you have attained prema. And Sri Krishna, Guru, is the one who's going to train you. You, a person who's always engrossed in the material world and who has not a tinge of prema in you, who have all negative qualities like kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Your antakarana is filled with all these anarthas, and it is the Guru who's going to give you tattva jnana in the first place, and then he is the one who's going to give you the sadhana paddhati, and then he is going to give you prema after your antakarana shuddhi takes place also. So, because he does all these three things, and only after you attain prema, Sri Krishna comes, Guru becomes primary to you. The Upasana of a Guru becomes primary to you. So then how do you do Upasana of a Guru? Let me quote some of these kirtans. Mama priyatama kanha, 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 mama priyatama kanha, 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 ho kanha, ab lo na Mukh Tava Kanha, 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 Kanha. So here you are doing the upasana of Sri Krishna. Oh Kanha, Tuma Mama Priyatam. You are my Priyatam. And till now, I did not know this, that you are my Priyatam, because of which I became Vimukh. And then by becoming Vimukh to you, I started getting engrossed in material activities, and I started disturbing the nature, because of which I was experiencing three kinds of miseries. I was doing all kinds of sins, papa. Papa means going against the nature. So when you go against the nature in order to fulfill your desires, and you have desires because you identify yourself with the body. So when you forget that you are the Amsha of Sri Krishna as Atma, you automatically, because of the agency of Maya, this Maya which has two Shaktis, Avaranatmika Shakti and Vikshepatmika Shakti, the moment you get separated from Sri Krishna, immediately Maya comes in and it makes you to forget your identity as the body and gives you the identity as, your identity as the Atma and gives you the identity of body. And when you identify yourself as the body, because you have five senses and there are five sense objects in the nature, desires are produced. And in order to fulfill these desires, you go against the nature and then you disturb the nature. As a result, you experience tapatra, threefold misery. And then the more you experience, you get bound to them. And like the example is given is the makadi jal samana, like a cobweb. The spider creates a cobweb and then it gets bound in that. I am creating this cobweb around myself, this samsara, and then I'm getting bound in that. Then because I don't do my sadhana as a human body, I lose my opportunity as a human body, because the only purpose of the human body is to attain the God. Because only human form can understand my relationship with the relationship with the God, and I am the Atma, he is the Paramatma, he is the beloved. The other 84 lakhs of species, they don't understand this and they cannot do this sadhana. So I lose this opportunity and I go into various 84 lakhs of species, and then the whole samsara chakra takes place. So I'm getting bound to miseries, I'm getting bound to my identity with the body, and I'm going into samsara chakra. This is what I'm doing myself because of forgetting. So it is the Guru who, in the first place, who is giving me this Tattva Jnana. Rasik janaay hu, main hu, Rasik janaay hu, tab main jana. Rasik janaay hu, tab main jana. Main hu Atma Kanha, 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 Kanha. Atma ki Atma tu Kanha, Atma ki Atma tu Kanha. Yah bhi ab main jana. Kanha, 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 yah bhi ab main jana. Ja Kanha, Kanha, Kanha. So when I'm going, experiencing misery by going into this samsara chakra, it is Rasik Guru who, out of his kripa, coming into my life and telling me that the whole cause of misery is because of the identification with the body, and you are seeking happiness because you are the Amsha of Ananda, Swarupa Sri Krishna, and you are seeking love in relationships because you are the Amsha of Raso Vaisaha, who is a relisher of that rasa, but you are seeking them in the wrong place, in the body, not in the Atma, and you are the Atma, and automatically, because you are the Amsha of Sri Krishna, Paramatma, he becomes your object of love. And only when you love him, see him as the object of love, and then love him, you are going to get prema also, you are going to get ananda also. So that is why his upasana and guru are more important than the upasana of Krishna himself. And in fact, he is the one who is going to teach me. And guru Sri Krishna's kripa is only parokshas. It is by Sri Krishna's kripa I am getting the Guru. But Sri Krishna, Guru's kripa is pratyaksha. I can see him, how he's, striving very hard to give me the bodha of all the sambandha jnana. My relationship with Sri Krishna, abhidheya jnana, what I should do to connect with him, and the prayojana jnana, which is prema. So now, how do you choose a Guru? Who's a Guru? As I said before, he has to be a Rasik Guru. He is the one who has already attained Ras in the spiritual world. And let me take an Upasana, Rasikopaasanaa, an Upasana on the Rasik Guru song, and then explain what a Guru does to you. Jaya Sadguru Maharaj Jayati Jaya. All glories to Sadguru Maharaj. So who is this Sadguru Maharaj? Jaya Sadguru Maharaj Jayati Jaya. Chake Yugal Ras Ras Saras Jana Murti Ras Raj Jayati Jaya. Jaya Sadguru Maharaj Jayati Jaya. Guru, what is Guru doing? Chake Yugal Ras. Chake means tasting, relishing. Yugal Ras. He is always taking in the spiritual world as a parikara. And here he is acting like a sadhaka. Even though he is a siddha, he actually has the rasa and he is in the spiritual world relishing the jugal rasa. But here he is coming as a guru and he is acting like a sadhaka, and then he is always engrossed in the relish of that jugal rasa. Sake yugal rasa, ras. Among all the leelas of Sri Krishna, conjugal leelas of Krishna, the ras is considered as the highest because it has everything else. Mithuna, hasa, parihasa, and various kinds of bhava. Alankarikas will know that, those who have studied Alankar Shastra. It's called as Rasanam Samuho Rasa. So the rasa is the culmination of all the rasas there, and he is engaged with a spiritual form in the seva of Radha and Krishna as a participant of Ras Leela, and here he is relishing that ras. Sake Yugal Rasa, Ras Rasa, Saras Janu, Murtiman Rasraj, and he is Krishna himself appearing here in order to give you that ras, the highest ras available in the spiritual realm. And such a Guru who is relishing the unlimited bliss of rasa doesn't have to open his eyes and look at me, a miserable creature like me, who's always engrossed in the, taking sense pleasure and going against nature, and who's always creating misery for himself. But because the essence of prema is kripa, is karuna, he is also karunakara. So he is, out of that karuna, he is looking at me and he is accepting me as his disciple and trying to teach me sadhana so that I can experience that yugal rasa also. So, Vinu Karuna Vinu Karuna Asasvama Bhalvraj Jayati Jaya Jaya Sadguru Maharaj Jayati Jaya Vinukaranu Karunakar Jakar. Jakar means hand, kar means hand. So he puts his hand on my head. Vinukaran, there is no cause. I have done nothing to him and I have no qualifications in me. Earlier, Acharya was talking about humility, no? So the humility comes from this understanding that as a body, when I identify myself with the body, I can only go against nature and I can only create misery for myself. I cannot do any good for anybody. So I am such a patita and who's filled with this kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, which all poison prema, which are all against prema, and which all bind me to this material body. Even though I have no qualification in me, out of causeless mercy, because mercy, kripa is nature, he takes me into his, gives me his shelter and then teaches me sadhana. So, and I cannot even do sadhana because when I identify myself with the body, my mind will always go here only. It can never go into the spiritual realm. That is the Vidya world. So, there is no possibility of me doing any sadhana. So, for my sake, even though he is a siddha, he acts like a sadhaka. And then he tries to tell me what are all the qualities needed in order to cultivate a sadhaka deha. How, with what temperament you can do this sadhana. So he is actually relishing rasa, he has prema in himself. But he tells me that, takes my position and shows me my dinatva. Dina means that there is no way, because my mind is material and it can only go around this material world, there is no way it can do sadhana and attain Krishna prema. So I am dina in that self. And I am adhama. Adhama in this, I can only by relishing the sense pleasure and cultivating kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, I always fall down in my stature, and the more I relish the body, the bodily pleasure, the more I get engrossed, or the intensity of the identification with my body keeps on increasing in me. And I start becoming more jada. So in that way, I am adhama, I am patita, and I am niradhar. I have no basis with which I can do sadhana. So he acts as if this is my condition, but I don't know that this is my condition because I have mada in me. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Mada, I think that because of my bodily beauty or the opulences that I have in this material world, I think I am some, because of all the knowledge which I can cultivate, I think that I am something in this world. I can never accept that I am zero, I am nothing, I am patita, I am papi. So he takes my position and then he does sadhana and then teaches me how to do sadhana. So I will sing how he does, how Guru, even though he's a siddha, he's acting like an adhama and then doing sadhana, trying to teach me sadhana. Sunu sunu Nanda Kumar Tava Maya Shakti Apar Vidhi Hari Harahu Dayha Ho Sharan Sharan Sarkar. Sunu Sunu Nanda Kumar. Guru is saying this. Even though he is a Rasik, he is saying this for my sake in order to teach how I should do sadhana with Sri Krishna. And so he is saying, Sunu Sunu Nanda Kumar, Tava Maya Shakti Apar. Your Maya Shakti is Apar. Nobody can cross this Maya. Sri Krishna himself is saying, Daivi Hiyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. And then Mamevaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Taranti. So he is saying that is why Because Vidhi Harihara, even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar don't understand your Maya. So I am taking your Sharan. And with what mood? When will you actually take? We all talk about Guru Sharanagati, Guruna Sharanagati, but when will you take surrender? This mind will never take Sharanagati of Sri Krishna. Surrendering means surrendering your identity at the level of Ahankara, that I am this body. And then giving up all your desires. And so this is never possible for the mind, because when you surrender your Ahankara, the mind doesn't exist at all. So now Guruji is telling us that with this mood we should do sadhana by actually realizing that we are Dina. Tu Dinan ko rakhwa aska sab sant pukar tu adham udharan har sharan sharan sarkar tu nirbal bal richwa tu niradhar adhar tu kripa roop sakar ho sharan sharan sarkar sun suno nand kumar tava maya shakti apar vidhi hari har gu gayar ho sharan sharan sarkar. So even though Vedanta is talking about Sharanagati, Gita is talking about Sharanagati, we cannot do this Sharanagati, as I told you. So Guru is saying that if you understand that you are a Dina, you have no chance of doing any sadhana, because the instrument with which you do sadhana is mind, and Maya is the product of this material nature. It will take you only here, but it will never take you there. You are Dina, and you are Adhama. You will only do Papa, and you are Nirbala. Nirbala means the more we get bound to the identification with the body, the more you lose your power to exercise your free will. Arjuna asked Krishna, Athakena prayuktoyam papam chariti purusha anichalnapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. Sri Krishna even calls Arjuna a Klaibya for not getting engaged in the war. Important person. So why is it that people, in spite of knowing that this is Papa and they don't want to do, why do they do it forcibly? Which means that lose their power to exercise their free will. This is because Kamesha Krodesha Rajoguna Samadva. It is because of the identification with the body that we become, the desires are produced, and when we fulfill those desires, we become bound to that. So we lose the power to exercise our free will. So we are Nirbala also, they are Niradhar also. When you realize this, then you can surrender to Sri Krishna, and then after surrendering to Sri Krishna, you beg for love from Sri Krishna, because love can be attained only by the mercy of Sri Krishna or a Guru, and you can never attain by your sadhana. So what you do in that Dina Sthiti, in this Dainya, with this humility, Tava Namai Mama Adhar Richwa de kripalu kah pyar ho sharan sharan sarkar de kripalu kah pyar ho sharan sharan sarkar. So with laulyam, with the desire to attain Krishna Prema, and with dainyam, realizing that you are Dina, you can never attain Krishna Prema on your own, and you cannot do sadhana, and you cannot even surrender, you beg to Sri Krishna for mercy. Your name is my only Aadhar, because you are not available to me, and you have appeared in this world as Nam in the form of a Nam, and you reside in your Nam. You have given all the Shaktis to the Nam. All the powers that you have, your Nam also has. So I have taken shelter of that Nam. That is my only Aadhar. O Sri Krishna, O my Lord Krishna, please give me love to this Kripalu. Even though he is a Rasik saint, he is considering himself as a Dina and all the thing for my sake. So you can, for my sake, this Siddha is acting like a sadhaka and teaching me sadhana. So the first thing that Guru did to me is that he gave me Tattva Jnana. There is no way I can know about Atma, Paramatma, Goloka, Nikunj, Prema, Ras, Yugalopaasana. He is the one who's teaching me all these things. And then there is no way I can do any sadhana with this mind. So he is the one who's teaching me how to do sadhana. And then when I do sadhana, as I told you that sadhana can only attain sadhya but not siddha. So what is the purpose of doing sadhana? So when you do sadhana like this, what happens is that your antakarana shuddhi takes place. Because you are trying to meditate on Sri Krishna, get connected with Sri Krishna. Just as sun comes, all the andhakara goes away. So when the power of the name starts getting realized in you, all this kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamascharya go away in you. And when the heart becomes clean, the Guru gives you prema also. So at every stage he's there. And at this stage, Sri Krishna is coming to me. It's like our Gurudev explains with an example that Guruji is like our parents, who take care of us, who give education to us, who provide us all facilities, who teach us Sakala Kala, and who teaches us how to love and play the roles. And when the girl child grows up, attaining all these qualities, some software engineer or somebody comes and he likes the girl and says, I will marry her and I will do samsara with her. So Sri Krishna is like that software engineer who comes after all these qualities come into me. But it is the Guru who's with me all along, right from the beginning, training me. And even though I don't have any quality, I have not done anything to get this association. He's encouraged in such highest rasa that he doesn't even have to look at me. Only because of his kripa, he's coming to me, appearing to me in my life and doing all these three things, giving me knowledge and teaching me sadhana. And then, so that is why it is the Guru which is the most important to us. Nagaraj Garu, one last bhajan I will sing. It's a small bhajan. That is why we say that Pradham Naman Guru Var Puni Giridhar Pradham Naman Guru Var Puni Giridhar Joy Sri Guru Var Soy Sri Giridhar Hari Guru Kripa Sada Sabhi Par. So he's saying, our Guruji is teaching how to do the Upaasanaa of a Rasik Guru. That Pradhama Naman, I first bow down I do namaskar to my Guruji and then to Giridhar. And he is in fact the Giridhar in myself. And even though there is Kripa of Sri Krishna and Guru on everyone, this is possible. This Kripa can be realized only if you surrender to a Guru. Guru himself is teaching you how to surrender also, which you cannot do. And this is an unlimited topic. A lot can be said about this, but since we don't have much time, we will stop here.
Thank you very much. Srinivasa Acharya Garu. Can you please mute your mic? Yeah. So, all the audience have enjoyed it a lot because it was full of singing, music also. And it's a completely new concept, Rasika Guru and Upaasanaa of Guru, Upaasanaa of a Rasika Guru. And that leading to the Rasopaasanaa is a completely innovative new idea as far as the audience is concerned. It may be known in the Gaudiya Vaishnava circles, But for the general audience outside the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, definitely all this vocabulary itself is quite new. They would have completely enjoyed your talk. I will check if there are any questions. I don't see any questions. So if there are any questions, I will forward them to you.